Welcome to Intellectual Froglegs. Now, you guys are in for a real treat because today I'm breaking out the all-seeing, all-knowing Frogleg flashlight of wisdom. Indeed. There are so many lies out there rooted in political agendas that it's ridiculous. And sometimes it's hard to discern fact from fiction. But you know, one thing's for sure, freedom does not require an agenda. Freedom does not require politics. Freedom does not require government parameters or regulations. In fact, it can't exist with them. But the problem here is freedom is not fair. And that is exactly how liberals sell government. We're going to make sure it's fair. We're going to make sure it's fair. And so we're going to let politicians decide what's fair. And that's genius. Anyway, we're going to address a couple of ones that I consider biggies that are believed by much of our government-educated, gullible society. Well, let's go. Let the journey begin. You know, the number one obstacle to our economic recovery also happens to be the number one cause of the problem in the first place, and that's government. But the Democrat Party, they want more. Despite history lesson after history lesson to the contrary, they want more government. And as a means to justify their bizarre end, they try to blame this mythical free market. But you know what? We haven't had a free market in this country in my life. You can't even flush your toilet. They regulate how much water you can use to flush your own business. Anyway, did the Obama administration inherit a mess? Absolutely they did. But they did not inherit this from Bush and the Republicans. And I'm tired of this crap. Because anybody with a rudimentary understanding of government knows this. The Democrats have been the controlling party of our government since 2007. January of 2007. And that's when they took the majority in both houses of Congress. And since that time, they've had control of at least the necessary 2/3 or more of our executive and legislative branches. Prior to that, the Republicans were in control. But now let's talk about inheriting. I like to talk about that. On January 1, 2007, the Democrats inherited a 4.6 unemployment rate. From the Republicans, a 4.6% unemployment rate. That's right, 4.6. There's one for you, 19 for me. This is the unemployment rate for the past 10 years. Now, look at the numbers beginning in January of 2007 when the Democrats took over. There's a pattern. I want to go back to what Obama inherited, and it's not so much what he inherited, but who he inherited it from. That's when Harry Reid took over the Senate, and mental patient Nancy Pelosi took over the House.
The American people spoke with their votes, and they spoke for change, and they talked about a new direction in terms of the fairness of our economy in our country.
Taxation is not forceful?
Well, no.
It's voluntary?
In fact, quite to the contrary. Our system of government is a voluntary tax system.
In the last 2 years of the Bush administration, the Democrats blocked every reasonable attempt to improve our economy. Every one of them. When oil shot up to $150 a barrel, they blocked Bush's attempts to open up our own oil and natural gas.
President Bush met with his economic team and urged Congress to do something before their August break.
They have a responsibility to explain to their constituents why we should not be drilling for more oil here in America to take a pressure off of gasoline prices.
And then the Democrats ignored multiple warnings and red flags to fix Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. They insisted, it's fine, no problems here.
These are sound, solid institutions with more than necessary capital today that the law would require. They're in good shape. There's no reason you've been talking about failure here.
And you know what? If we had an honest media, more people would know this. But they continue to push this fallacy that government can solve the problem. Government solves nothing. And Ronald Reagan was no dumbass. Government is the problem. Now, they want to demonize rich people. But you cannot build an economy without rich people. No, that's one of the primary ingredients. It's in any cookbook. And Obama says an economy best grows from the middle out. The hell you talking about, you idiot? Nobody talking about Michelle's butt. Obama don't know nothing about creating jobs. Obama, you couldn't create a job with Play-Doh. I am so sick of the liberals mischaracterizing and demonizing the private sector, the lifeblood of our economy, something they clearly don't understand. And you know what? And they don't want to understand it, because then they couldn't hate it. I hate you. You know, it's always corporate greed, corporate greed. You know, I'll take corporate greed any day over political greed. Hitler was not brought to you by Budweiser.
This bird's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day.
Castro was not some hostile takeover by Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
You know, this is not rocket science. Even your most heinous examples of corporate greed, what Enron, WorldCom, Bernie Madoff, none of them come close to the absolute atrocities committed by political greed. That's like, well, don't get hit by a red car. You don't want to get hit by any car. Psst, anything can kill you. A sip of water's nice, but a tidal wave hurts. Too much oxygen will kill you. But, you know, there's some idiots like these Obama voters who think you can never have too much government. Good Lord, how stupid. Just give me one of those Obama phones.
Yes, everybody in Cleveland, low minority, got Obama phone.
But you know what? It's sad. It's sad. Anybody voting away their freedom is an idiot. And you know what? If you're voting Democrat, that's exactly what you are doing. And I've said it before. You hear Democrats talk about fighting for fairness, but they never talk about fighting for freedom. That's a big difference. Look up Karl Marx.
I chose my friends carefully. The more politically active black students, the foreign students, the Chicanos, the Marxist professors, 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 the Marxist professors.
Intellectual Froglegs is brought to you, well, by me. So if you're considering an audio, video, or other custom multimedia project, contact me at jodanmedia.com. We also do custom graphics, logos, and websites. We do some pretty cool stuff. Hey, this is my resume right here. I like a chance to earn your business. Thank you guys so much for being here. You know, I cannot wait to get past this election crap. Because, you know, I detest politics. I detest politicians. Yeah, I just want to leave us alone. Leave us alone. And to my friends that vote Democrat because, well, your family voted Democrat, well, this is not your father's Democrat party. I'm sorry. You know, look, if Obamacare is so awesomely awesome, why is Obama exempting himself from it? Why is Congress exempting themselves from it? For thee, but not for me. That right there should tell you the whole story. And holy cow, what else do you need to know? Oh, it's way too good for us. We don't deserve it. Please stop by the website, intellectualfroglegs.com. Sign up for the spam-free newsletter. And thank you for the very necessary PayPal donations. Now, I'd like to ask you guys to say a prayer for my Aunt Jean. She's going in for open heart surgery. So yeah, thanks for those. Please share the videos with your friends and use force if necessary. And keep those incoherent and hateful cards and letters coming, you liberal bichachos.
www.freemedia.com.